Hey, welcome back, Astro Dome. We're going to be taking a look at something here today in the Raid Coach series, and it's not actually a clan war raid. It's actually just a strategy that I reference often. And right here, Bumble, we talk about him a lot here. It says, I don't know how to fucking funnel, but we're going to go ahead and teach you. I was talking about it earlier to Biscuit, Zach, so we'll go ahead, we'll watch this replay, we'll watch the war replay that I was trying to get Zach to funnel during, and then we will go ahead and actually take a look at what funneling is. So first off, he says he doesn't know how to funnel. Let's watch this raid. We'll go ahead and watch each raid at double speed just to see how things go. Got an E-drag down here that's kind of cleaning up a little bit. E-drags up here that are kind of opening the base up. And then your bases or your troops are kind of just running right down the middle. That's almost how you funnel. Almost. You had the right concept, kind of. But for this kind of funnel, you would have placed an E-drag down here to clear out up here. And then an E-drag down here, up here, whatever, to clear out this area so that your troops can just stay in a certain range. So that's raid number 1. Let's go ahead and jump into raid number 2, and then we'll go into actually what funneling is and how you go about doing it. Okay, remember, watching these at double speed. Raid Coach, I normally talk about the raids themselves. This time, I'm not worried about it. I might take this raid and go into more detail about it later, but for now, just want to showcase it and show kind of examples of how not to funnel, more or less, and then I'll go into a raid and show you exactly how you're supposed to funnel. Okay, both of these raids were done with E-drags, so I'm going to try to keep that in mind, because the raid that I'm going to do is not with E-drags. It's a practice raid. It's just one of those tutorial raids, and I feel like it shows really well how to funnel. And you guys can do this as long as you are a Town Hall 9 or above. You can do the Witch Slap one at Town Hall 9, or if you're Town Hall 10, you can actually go to the Town Hall 10 one, which is like a minor one. So we've got Town Hall 9 right here. Go to the bottom one, Witch Slap. It's a very good tutorial for it. And then you've also got your Minor Mania at Town Hall 10. Both are very good funnelings. Okay? They use Queen Walks to do it, but it's not necessary. Right? You can do this with any troop. And I don't know if this Electrosurgery actually does it or not. I don't think they do. And then this Flying Circus I don't think does either. So we'll take a look at this Town Hall 10 one first. Just going to follow the tutorial real quick. Okay, get 5 healers up, and then I really don't like that they don't put a time limit on these, because you get kind of sucked into these queen walks that can just kind of walk around the whole base. It's very unrealistic, but what I want to try to showcase is that this queen just gutted out this area, and now all of the troops that we're going to be placing are going to be on this side. What this is going to allow your troops to do, let me go ahead and get this going. Because one thing about this base is that you don't want a flat wall raid, right? You want your troops to go around a circle, and that's what this is actually showing you how to do. You eliminate these buildings so that your queen stays on the inside, and then as you actually start the raid, which is coming up here pretty soon, we will be deploying the rest of our troops, and you'll watch that they actually go around the base. Okay. Now, like I said, in this raid particularly, they take it pretty lengthy. Same with the Town Hall 9 raid. You kind of get trapped into thinking that your queen walk should take 2 minutes and then the rest of your raid should take under a minute. It's not how the raid's gonna always go, and honestly I hate it because it just gives you that false sense. So what I'm gonna try to focus on mostly is gonna be just the simple fact that look at how much of this base is actually destroyed with the funnel. I'm putting quotations on my fingers right now. It's not much of a funnel as it is a queen walk, but one of the big things to note is that these miners will stay on a very particular route now. And we're even dropping more to keep the miners focused. I kind of clicked a little early there. It keeps them following this path. Okay, deploy remaining wizards to ensure that miners stay inside of the base. This is your main goal. You are trying to keep these miners going through the inside, you know, distract enemy defenses from attacking them. You're trying to just essentially keep these miners going exactly where you need them to go. Okay. Drop a heal spell there. We'll drop a heal spell over here. But as you can see, right, the troops just, they only went around this way. And you were able to control that by just dropping the queen up here. Right? So instead of using the queen, right, you can drop an E-drag up here. It'll clear out a certain amount of buildings. And then you can start your raid over here and they'll follow just down and around. Right? You don't have to gut out that much of the base, realistically. Right? I like that they do, but I also don't like that they do because of the fact that it gives you that false sense of timing. Right? This raid's significantly longer than it should be. But it does a very good job of showing you, hey, you clean out up here and then you raid from over here. Okay? You don't start the funnel here and then raid up here. You start the funnel up here, you clear out what you need to clear out, and then you raid from either over here. You can actually do the same thing over on this side, but because your queen's actually walking this way, it's better to keep them trooped or grouped up. But otherwise, you know, you've got a funnel going both ways. So what I want to point out is that the overall design of a funnel is kind of eluding in this game because I want the tutorial. Come on. A funnel, right? You think of the image of a funnel, right? It's got two sides, and then it pulls you into the middle, right? So you would clear out this side, and then you'd clear out this side, and then you charge right down the middle, because that's what a funnel thinks you to do, right? But that's not what a funnel is for in this situation, right? A funnel, right, even right now, you can almost funnel this base, right? You've cleared out enough on this side to allow your troops to only go around this way. But you don't want that right now, right? We want this base to essentially be cut in half by the queen walk and then troops eliminate the other half. And it's not always going to work that way, especially up in those higher raids. Bumble and Biscuit are both Town Hall 11s. I'm just kind of highlighting the idea of these raids because it helps people understand that once this is cleared out, you can raid this side right here, and these troops will only travel this direction, right? They won't jump from here all the way up here. They just won't. They have no reason to, right? So as this queen cleans this up, we start to raid in, right? Let's see, I think I popped the ability here shortly. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so now that all of this is cleaned out, you can place a troop right here and it'll probably go over this way. You don't want that. You want to raid down here now that they have no reason to go out this way. You basically take a funnel and you're just guiding the troops, right? A funnel may have a specific shape, but in this case, all we're really doing is guiding the troops, right? If you try to pour all of your troops onto this field, they'd go everywhere, right? But you put a funnel in, and guess what? They actually follow a given path, right? They don't just run circles around the base, they don't splish and splash, they just do what they're supposed to do and go into the base, go around the base in a direct pattern, right? You don't want them to just run from one edge to the other, right? From over here all the way out here, no. You want them to travel a certain path, right? And that's why you cut off certain areas, you know? I'll go back and watch Bumble's raid and show him where he can actually funnel, and then I'll go watch Biscuit's raid and show him where he can actually funnel, and get this kind of pattern going where troops go around the base and make it easy for you to just go in to a certain path, right? So I'm going to go ahead and end this. You can see that's going to be a 3-star. There's nothing stopping it, no time or anything. So let's go back up and watch Bumble's raid, right? Pause it real quick. You can see already there's a lot of open spaces. Open spaces means that your troops are going to have a hard time distinguishing where they want to go. Okay, if you just gun it down here, as soon as they destroy this, the nearest building is either going to be this Inferno Tower or this cannon. Either way, it's going to split things, right? So one thing you can do is, like I said earlier, use one E-drag to clear out down here, and then one E-drag to clear out up here, and just kind of keep them within a range, right? They'll bounce up and down, but they'll still be in a certain range, much like a funnel would be, where you kind of cut the sides and then you pour it down one lane, right? Or you can cut this side off, drop 2 E-drags over here, really clean out this area, and then raid up here so that the troops just follow along this line, right? There's nothing going to be down here to pull them down this way and up into this and over here doing weird squiggly shit. You just need them to go into the base, right? So let's watch this again. You drop 1 to start the funnel, but these guys are already funneling for this, because now no matter what, this will not come back up this way, right? There's nothing up there that's appealing to it. Even if it's only one building, right, he's going to clear this out pretty quick. And then his nearest is going to either be this archer tower or this gold mine. Probably the archer towers and stuff in here, but now that all this is already pulling him into the base, he's not going to walk up this way. He's going to just go in. There's no reason for him to really be over here, right? Just no reason. You can also see that these troops kind of went in and then just kind of stopped right here. That is more so just low level stuff against high level stuff. But if you had timed it properly to where each E-drag was clearing a certain amount of buildings, you funnel out there, you funnel out down here, and then it's just gunning straight down. Or you funnel out down here and you just go up and over. Or you clear out up here and go down and over. Really doesn't matter. But the main concept stays the same. It's always going to be clear out a certain area so that your troops avoid that area, right? So looking at this base, right, I was trying to tell Biscuit to kind of funnel this side, well, funnel out this top area so that your troops guide down this bottom and then back up, right? He raided all out on the top and got bullied by this air sweeper, which is almost exactly what I told him not to do. But like it's almost like he didn't even try to really funnel, because once he got up here, drops the E-drag, he just goes all out. Again, you drop one E-drag, it'll clear out 1 building, 2 building, 3 building, maybe even come in and start working on this up here. Once this stuff's starting to get cleared out, your troops have no real reason to go back up, right? They just want to go to the nearest target. Nearest target for this guy is going to be over here. Nearest target for this guy is going to be right here. They all kind of die at the same time, so your troops just flat wall and go in, right? Look at this. You destroyed all of them at the same time. This guy still had somewhere to go. But these guys, none of this had anywhere to go but in. Right? Their only place to go was into the base. So instead of hitting it just hardcore up here, drop 1 E-drag, 2 E-drags, whatever the case may be, to just funnel it so that your troops can come down here and actually push in to the base. Right? Especially because this one's back is turned toward you and this one's face is turned toward you. You don't want to get hit by the face. I mean, come on. It's going to bully you around. Look at this. As soon as your troops get into this area, they just kind of get locked. Here, let me just slow this down. They just kind of get locked, you know? This wouldn't have happened if you had the funnel. They get stuck up here trying to clear stuff, but then as soon as they actually move in, where do they go? They go right back out. They start to push in, and bye. You drop a rage, they come back into it, and you freeze, which is good, but they already got that bully motion. They've already been impacted by this. You know, your troops over here cleared out a pretty good chunk, but now what do you have left? You got nothing left. If you would have used, say, 2 E-drags up here, they come in and do all their work up here, maybe with the help of a rage spell, who knows? Certain things require different efforts, right? You saw that in the Town Hall 10, I had to open up the wall for my queen to go in and actually continue to gut out certain things on that base. Otherwise, the minions would have just ran up the base instead of going around. Right, so with this, maybe you would have had to use a rage spell. We'll never know. But getting that funnel where it actually opens this area up so that your E-drags don't go there, they just go this way, down and around. It's a lot easier than you think it is, too. I don't know if anybody else really in this clan tries to actually funnel, but either way, you know, that's going to wrap it up for what I can really tell you about on funneling. Your main goal is to make it easier on your troops so that they don't get distracted, right? 2 of the best ways to do that is with Queen Walk or with an E-drag, because they just chain things together, or they can clear out a certain amount. Babas, can you not? Thank you. or use your queen and just gut out a certain amount, right? Either which way, your main goal is to make it easier for your troops to go in and around a base, or straight through a base. Alright? You'll see, I'll probably do a video here sometime soon on one of KP's raids, Killer Panda, or I Keep Secrets on the Discord channel. Hey, if you haven't checked out the Discord, go check it out. We'll go over one of his raids maybe sometime soon and just show how to flat wall funnel, but it's a little bit less effective, so highly unrecommended, but we'll see. We'll maybe get into that. Anyway, if you enjoyed, leave a like and whatnot, do all that fun stuff. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.